changes, okay? So changes, varieties, differences are the variation. Now what happened that day we have discussed, like generation by generation, small changes are combining together. And then ultimately, what it is resulting for? It is resulting for what it will result for?
Evolution.
Hmm? Evolution, right? So that is also the importance of the reproduction. So by the process of reproduction, what happens? The variations will be there. And if the variations will continue, then the evolution will be there, which is basically the formation of the new species. So these are the three reasons or the significance of the reproduction. The first one, continuing of the species. The second one, to increase the population of that particular species. And the third one, to create the variation so that the evolution can occur. And what is evolution? The formation of species. So let's start with this now. I'll share my screen. And these importance are very important. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So reproduction definition we will be starting with. So reproduction is the biological process by which new individual organism which is called as offspring. So new individual organism are called as offspring, okay, are produced. They are produced from from their parent or parents. So this is the correct definition you should write in the board exam. So it is a process, it is a biological process by which new individual organisms are produced from their parent or the parents. Then reproduction is a fundamental. It is a fundamental feature. Now, what do you understand by fundamental?
Very important.
Actually, not very important, but yes, universal actually. Everyone, whosoever is there on the universe, what we do, we humans, if I talk about the humans, we all like, follow the same way of the reproduction, right? Same process for the sexual intercourse we follow. So that is what fundamental, which is like common rule for everyone, the universal rule for everyone. Like we say, cell is the basic unit of life for all the organisms, right? Cell is the fundamental unit of life. So why do we say fundamental? Because for everyone, for all the organisms, it has been, the basic unit. That is why we say it is a fundamental. So fundamental means universal, which is used by everyone in the same way. So reproduction is a fundamental feature of all known life, where each individual organism exists as the result of reproduction. So we have said that it is a fundamental unit. Why? Because we, I, you, everybody has come because of the result of reproduction. So our parents, they had a sexual intercourse, because of them we are there on the earth. We are the result of their reproduction. So that is what the reproduction is. And at last we conclude that it is the production of new species from the existing species. And this is what the evolution will be. This is what the evolution will be. So this you should write if it comes for the exam. So reproduction is the biological process by which new individual organisms are produced from their parents, and it is the fundamental feature of all known life where each organism exists as the result of the reproduction. And to conclude it, we can say that it is a production of new species from the existing species. So this is because of the evolution, and this process is called as the speciation. So formation of the new species from the old one is called as the speciation. Clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we go to the next one? Others? Now moving to the next one is the okay,
I'm
yeah, this
writing
I'll
on.
take. Okay, okay. First page or RN second page?
On this page.
Okay, right.
Ma'am, speciation and evolution are the same.
No, actually, no. They are both the part. If I talk about speciation, it means formation of the new species from the older one. Okay. And once the speciation is done, then the new species which is formed, that is the whole process called as the evolution. Fine. The whole process where the new species is formed from the old one, that is speciation. And the process which result into the speciation, that is the evolution. Like, for example, the chimpanzees. From chimpanzees or gorillas to the humans, that is what the speciation. Fine. And whatever the new organism have come up, that we have come up. So we are what? We are the result of the speciation, which is evolution. So evolution of humans happened for us. Clear, Kashmi?
Yes.
Aryan, shall we go next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the next one is the importance or the significance. If they ask you significance and if they say about the importance, both have the same meaning. Okay. So significance or the importance of reproduction. The first point, it ensures continuity of life. So, with the help of the reproduction, we can make sure that our life is continuing. The human's life are being continued. So, it ensures continuity of life. The second thing, it increases population of species. So, be it any organism, be it cat, rat, whales, dolphin, grasshopper, any organism, what happens? When they reproduce, they will be increasing their population. So, that is the second significance of it. And the third one is it provides variation. It means it provides changes. It provides variations, which are favorable from one generation to another generation. So, during the process of the reproduction, what happens? Whatever the changes are happening in our body, those changes are favorable. So our body can accept those changes. That kind of the variations are happening in our body. And when these changes or variation pass on to the next generation, they are also comfortable with that. So that is what is happening in the reproduction. So nothing is like, which is not comfortable for that that person or that organism, nothing is happening like that. So whatever the comfortable kind of the variations are there, they are coming out of it. So these are the three importance of reproduction. The first thing, it ensures continuity of life. The second thing, it increases population of species. And the last one, it provides variation which are favorable from one to the other generation.
How is increasing population of species like something important to the society? How is it significant?
If the population is not increasing, then what happened? Like the birth is not happening. In that case, the previous one, maybe the grandparents, the great grandparents, they will die, right? So if they are not undergoing the process of reproduction, then what happened? The growth will not be there. The rate will not be increasing. So that is why it is important to increase their own population. And that is what is happening actually in the family, right? One person is coming on the earth, the other person is like dying, the old one. So this is actually the to increase the population is important.
And but then if it increases a lot, then it would be more of like demerit than a merit, right?
Correct, correct. That's what actually the family planning has come into the role, and that part we will be learning at the end of this chapter, like why we should not increase the population so much. So we should have actually the control, because nowadays you all are in grade 10, but I think you all are aware of all these things, right? The people, the person. I think you might have heard about the case. I think the children who are there in the NCR region, they might be aware of the case which is like the Nirbhaya. I think others also might have heard about the Nirbhaya case which happened in the Delhi, right?
Yes.
Right, Dhiti Singh, yes. So many, I think you might have heard, like, I think so many years back it happened. So, what was the case? In that case, the girl was there, I think she was staying in the, no, she was at the home only. In the night time, she just came out with her friend so as to watch the movie, right? And then ultimately, they both were alone on the road of Delhi. And then what happened? Some of the gang, like boys kind of thing, they came into the picture, and what they did, they started raping that girl, right? So that process is happening. That is not called as reproduction, basically. That is reproduction is with the yes of that particular person, with the if the girl is saying yes, if that boy is saying yes, then only we can say okay, that is actually the reproduction. But yes, if someone is saying no and forcefully it is being done, it is called as rape. The same thing has happened in that case. That girl was not agree to that, but boys were actually, with the help of the rod and all, they were inserting the rod into the body of that girl, and they took out actually that they inserted it so deep that the intestine of that girl came out. So she was in very bad state. And see, this is actually, some of the boys have that this state, this mental state is which actually, at the stake. They are not actually knowing what is right, what is wrong. They only want that sex. And when they're not getting that, they are feeling like what is happening to them. They are getting kind of mad. So why the videos are off, Shayant, Damshu, Bigya, Siddhi, Siddharth, Aryan. So that is what should not happen. Everybody should have the control on ourselves, right? So now you are at the age, I think somewhere might be 14, 15, right? You will have the elder brother or sister. So you're thinking, your brother's thinking, younger sister's thinking, or you might have the smaller kids also at the home. So they're thinking, are all the three thinking the same? Are you thinking in the same way what I am thinking? No, right? What I am thinking, you should not think in that way, correct? So since the age is not the matching thing, you all can think in the same way, right? So that is why it is very, very important nowadays that we should actually, understand what it is. And that is why, like earlier, the teachers never used to taught this chapter. In my class, I never had that. We used to say that teach, the teach, the teach, but they used to say no, no, no. So never ever we have been taught. In fact, in the college also, we never taught this chapter. But why not actually? This is a part that you should know. Everybody should know as a human what is right, what is wrong. And I think you might be aware of one movie which was actually released a few years back by CBSE, which is the name of the movie is Komal. Have you ever heard that movie, Komal? No. Any one of you? No. Okay, so in that case, I'll show you that movie. That movie is a very small movie. And there in that movie, they have actually told about, the forcefulness of the sexual intercourse to a small girl, actually. The girl was not so big, but yes, that elder person has, raped her and the girl was not able to understand because she was very small. She was not aware of the thing, what is happening, what that boy was doing, what that uncle was doing. Actually, he was making, he was gifting her something, or he was giving the toys and all, just playing with that small girl. And then ultimately, he did something wrong, and which made her family to think about it because she was quiet after, when this thing, with this problem happened, she was very quiet. So that is what the family realized, that my girl was very happy before, but after this something had happened to her, something wrong happened to her. Then they called to the women helpline, and then these all that women helpline. Then they spoke to that girl, and that conclusion they came like, someone has raped her. So this actually happened, but in the movie they have given in the form of the animation kind of thing they have given. So I'll just show you that movie. Just a minute. It's a very small movie. So I'll share my screen now. Just watch this movie carefully. That each and every part of this movie is actually saying something to us. I hope my screen is visible, children.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, are you there? Because I couldn't.
Tell me.
No, I couldn't hear you. That's it.
I should, okay, share the screen again. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, is it visible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What are you doing, uncle? What kind of game is this? I'm totally confused. It felt dirty. Why did Bakshi uncle do it? I feel so dirty.
Komal? Is everything okay? Hello, Mrs. Kumar. I wanted to speak to you regarding Komal. Beta, why are you sad? Did someone say anything to you in school? What happened? Did someone hurt you? If you don't tell me, my dear, how can I help you?
I have secrets. I have lied to you about the gola. And now this. I feel very dirty. You will be very angry if I told you what I have done.
No, I promise you I won't be angry. I love you, don't I? Then trust me.
He is not a nice uncle.
Which uncle? No, wait. Everyone will know.
Then what can we do? Whose help can we seek? We can't let Bakshi get away with this.
Childline. My friend Priya works there. They help children.
10, 9, 8.
Hello. Komal, I know what happened to you was not your fault at all. We will ensure that your Bakshi uncle can never see you again. Let me show you how to keep yourself safe. Hi, kids. How are you all today?
Good morning, Didi.
Have you ever been in a situation that made you feel uncomfortable?
Yes, Didi. When my little dog chews away my shoe, I get very angry.
That's true. What I mean is, has anyone touched you in a way that made you uneasy? Which of you have experienced this? So then, how do we know if someone is doing something wrong or touching us the wrong way? Here, let me explain. We all need to have our own personal space in our body. There are 4 zones which should not be touched by anyone, and nor should you touch anyone else's part. Mouth, chest, the part between your legs and buttocks. These are your personal spaces. Only the most trusted people, like your mother, may see and touch you in your personal spaces. So tell me, when you come home from school and your mama gives you a hug, how do you feel?
Gee, sometimes she smells of vegetables. Yuck.
But don't we feel very nice?
Yes, we do.
Your mother may touch you in the 4 zones while giving you a bath. Or sometimes Dr. Uncle checks you in Mama or Papa's presence. This touch keeps you clean and healthy. When we are touched by someone who loves us and cares for us, we call it safe touch. If anyone else touches you in one of the 4 areas, it is wrong. It could also make you feel shy, scared, yucky, uncomfortable, and unhappy. Someone could show you dirty pictures or film or make you undress, or they touch their personal parts in front of you. All such actions are not safe for you, and we call them unsafe touch. Some people do such things even though they are not good for you, and you feel hurt.
So then what will you do if someone touches you in these places?
You should shout, "No, no!" and run to someone you trust and tell them.
Who is that?
You tell me, whom do you trust? My pet dog! Yes, you can tell your pet, but will he understand you? Will he be able to help you?
I trust my mama and my teacher.
So, if someone ever touches you in a way that makes you uncomfortable, you must tell someone you trust and keep telling them until they listen to you. By talking to the person you trust, whether it is your mama or your papa, you can help to make sure it never happens to you or any other child again. You should also know about Child Line. If you dial 1098 and ask for help, a trusted person will come to help you. Always remember, it is never your fault that someone touched you wrongly. It is the fault of the person who did it. Never be afraid to speak your mind. If someone is harming you, speak up. Don't worry. You are safe. Just tell me what happened. Remember, if you or any of your friends are feeling trapped in a situation like this, there is always help available. Call me on 1098 and Childline shall be there for you.
So that's about that short movie where that person, where the child was actually treated in an unwell way. And that is how actually we should treat. We should not hide all those things. Once we start hiding those things, then what happens? That person will be getting, the freedom to touch again and again, again and again. And sometimes it is our relatives also. Sometimes, few of our relatives are like that, like, they'll come to us, they'll come close to us and they'll touch it. So we should not allow any of our relatives also to do any such kind of thing, right? So that is about it. And tomorrow I will be taking the class at the same time, which is 6:20. And tomorrow maths class won't be there. Okay. So tomorrow you don't have the maths class. Tomorrow only science class will be there. I'll be taking care. And on Saturday you will have the maths class at 6:20. Clear? So since, as I told you already, that sir is on leave for this week, so that is why this week we are full of like this. But I think we have managed all the classes. Nothing, no classes were missed, right? Only for the science students, it was missed one or two classes. So we'll be covering up in the future, no problem. Okay. Any doubt any one of you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay then, children. Thank you so much.